Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Bridge Builders of Diversity, where we are bridging the gap between the typical community and the disabled community. We are trying to make the disabled community part of the diversity conversation.
Yes, we are. And on this beautiful summer day, we thought that we would talk to you about the difference between person first and identity first language. If I'm going to use person first language, I'm going to refer to someone as the person who.
Like my son Nathan, who has Down syndrome. So we would say Nathan, the student who has Down syndrome.
Exactly. I wouldn't go out and say, hey, that Downs boy is wearing a yellow shirt today.
His mom is, though.
Oh yeah, she is. Maybe that was in my subconscious. You were wearing a yellow shirt. I would say, actually, I might just use his name and say, Nathan is wearing a yellow shirt today. Well, his mom's wearing a yellow shirt.
He is too,
now,
actually.
There are people who prefer their identity first language, like saying, and that according to an article from, let me again cite my source, the Association of University Centers on Disabilities. This is just a little article from 2011 about the difference between identity first and person first language. And one of the things that it says right at the bottom of the article in bold letters is, if you are unsure and you want to be respectful, ask. I would suggest asking privately, especially if it's a colleague or someone that I'm going to be introducing to other people. I would say, Sherry, would you prefer that I say you are a blind woman or a woman who is living with blindness? Or
sight impaired.
Sight impaired, right. How do you want to be introduced? How do you want to be identified?
And
I always prefer using
terms.
people's names too.
Yeah.
But this says here that there are groups of people who prefer identity first, and they are typically advocates in the autistic, deaf, and blind communities. Had no idea. So if I want to be polite, which I do, and I want to be respectful, which I hope I am, I would ask somebody with one of these different abilities whether they want to be identified by their as an autistic person or a person with autism.
Or name first.
I prefer people's names. Yeah. And I like it when people get your name right too. Yeah. It gets me a little irked when I hear people being disrespectful of someone's name, because that's your identity. Your disability, however, is not your identity. It's part of who you are. And we don't want to ever, pretend it isn't there and say we don't see it or we don't acknowledge it, because it is part of a person. So we don't want to be disrespectful in that way. Almost the opposite way. Instead of it being the first thing you notice, trying to pretend, no, she's not blind, she's just looking the wrong way. Or no, that's not going to work. But it is very important to the disability community to be labeled correctly, just like it is any minority or marginalized group. They prefer to have you use their name, have you use their identity. And if they want to identify first by their ethnicity or their gender identity, go for it. But
treat people with respect.
That's right. If you want to be respectful, and we all want to be respectful,
right,
just politely ask, how would you like to be called? I'd like to be called Roberta. I'm a special education teacher.
And I like to be called Sherry. I'm a mom of a son with Down syndrome, and my older son actually has dyslexia too. So I got the learning disability and the developmental disability.
There you go. You're surrounded by some pretty cool humans.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you. All right. If you like our content, please like, share, subscribe. Not describe. Subscribe.
Smash the buttons.
You can describe this channel to other people and let them know that.
Please share our videos. Help us get out into the YouTube universe.
And remember, respect first.
And leave a comment down below.
Please, we would love to hear from you.
And be respectful.
Please.
All
How's
right.
that for respect? Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys. Appreciate you.